So I'm back, or attempting to be back at it. A lot has happened this year. For me, my wife and I had a child, and we bought and moved into a new place. As you can see, kind of new digs that I'm in now, that I'm still currently working on organizing the studio. I'm going to be getting my childhood piano in here, get it all mic'd up and use it for future samples and songwriting stuff, production stuff down the line. But I decided on, well, now that things are kind of calmed down a little bit, I wanted to get back into the swing of things and take everybody along the process of essentially creating again, but in the middle of the juggle. And the juggle being, life responsibilities, whether it's work, school, both for a number of people, just figuring out enough work to do so you can pay the bills, and then just go through the trials and tribulations of just trying to find time, especially when you have a kid and just all these other responsibilities, which is par for the course. So this is kind of me documenting that process, and I wanted to start a series that really comes down to, like, again, finishing things. So in respect to that, I wanted to kind of approach this kind of content by working on stuff in the vault that every producer or songwriter really knows. That's, a bunch of tracks that are unfinished or not mixed or mastered or whatever, and getting it done. So I wanted to approach a tune or tackle material from the vault from a couple years ago. Stuff from many years ago, but from the Rocket League project that I put out, or that I worked with Rocket League and put out a bunch of tunes with them. I actually had a ton of ideas that I did not use. So I wanted to go over my process of what might be legit still. There's a number of those tracks that didn't make the cut for the project, but that were still worthy of coming back to. And I made a list of them, and I wanted to talk through, like, okay, I'm gonna tackle these. I'd like to tackle all of them and then actually put them out. So I'm gonna go one at a time. So that's gonna be, the theme of this Vault series. So I have some stuff that I already put down that I don't have footage of, but I'm gonna probably go over again. It's already 6:30 in the evening, and on this project I put some saxophone down last week. I was gonna redo it, and film it, but because it's so late right now, just trying to be kind to neighbors. I'm gonna go over what I did, just like straight up on the screen, and then I'll film when I can, and we'll see how long it takes to finish this track, or get it like pretty much close, almost all the way there in terms of composition, because what you're gonna see is like where things stopped and where I feel like I'm having trouble with finishing an idea, or finish expanding on an idea to make it a full song. So let's just get into it over the next few days. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but the process is the process. As long as we keep moving forward, that's a win. So, but finishing is the key. That's the goal. So let's go. So the first project I wanted to go into and kind of expand upon is basically Rocket League idea number 21. I ended up making 40 ideas because I had to deliver about 10 tracks and 5 tracks per month. And so what I did was I wrote out 20 ideas in 2 weeks and then just picked 5 of the best ideas and rolled with that. And then I ended up with 40 ideas, 10 of them to deliver. And then there was a grip that I was like, oh, maybe these will definitely, or I really saw something else in them, but I just couldn't really finish them at the time. So 21, idea 21 is something that I just started to come back to, and let's just kind of look at it. I already messed around and added some things like some saxophones, because let me do the original idea without the new stuff. So that's up to the point where that's the original idea. What I added was some saxophones. Initially, I knew I wanted to double the melody, but I also wanted to try out some background saxophone layers or pads, like Braxton Cook, who I've been very, very, very much into. His tone, his playing, his writing, his songwriting. Good Lord. Phenomenal musician. But I wanted to try some of the stuff that he does with his saxophone, because I typically didn't want to, or didn't think of just doing all woodwinds, like saxophones stacked. I don't like the super sax arrangement type of sound. But when I heard him do it with just the alto, it just sounded so good and so right. Initially, I wanted to play the melody. I still do double it on saxophone. The melody that I play on guitar, and I will too, but at least for this stage of the game, this is what I did with the horn part, which I initially put in the bridge or the B section, but I put it up in the beginning. Well, not a touch, but a skosh of reverb. No, not a skosh, it's a good amount. So right now, like, there's not much I can do tonight in terms of adding and like really recording stuff on saxophone. I want to try actually layering flutes, but I did end up kind of trying some stuff with the form. So the form is what usually gets a hold of me and kind of messes me up and just makes me leave a project. So what I did was, once I got those ideas down initially, just like playing around, I played around with the form, and then I ended up getting kind of like the A to B, and then back. And then I forgot I did that. Just goes back into a short intro that I play over. And then continue into a solo. And then I'm going to do some other stuff, like going up a half step or a whole step. Essentially just trying like different kind of form stuff. So now the challenge here for me is, number one, to finish it, right? And to not overthink it. I think my biggest thing here is like, I want all my songs to have like a form that makes sense, I guess, or just a form that like kind of comes back around. But in this one, I don't know how to quite do that to my liking. I can just like go back to the A section or whatnot, but it doesn't feel right or whatnot. So I'm thinking of different ways to take it out or take it to the end after a solo. I think going into another key and then going to another key, a la like Stevie Wonder, might be the way to go, or at least something that I might try. And the challenge is, for me right now, I'm stating it to you guys, is to just do it and let go, rather than be like, oh, I can do it this way, that way. It's like, no, let me just experiment and see how this works out. If it sounds dope, great, but put it out, whatnot. If it doesn't, oh well. Now I know, right? So that's it for tonight. I'm just gonna look at this and prep the next day. I don't know the next time I'm gonna be able to work on this, but yeah, that's the game right now. Just finding time to get things done and to go from there. But yeah, I have a few ideas that I want to try out. Flutes, just recording the saxophone all the way through, playing with drums, maybe using a drum loop and then chopping that up rather than playing it on addictive drums like you've heard here. And then, yeah, going from there. So we'll see. So next time I'll go over the process of me recording some more stuff and putting this together. And I'm hoping in 2 sessions, let's see if this actually works out this way, I can actually kind of wrap up this tune. So, because a lot of it is kind of done. So I just need to make hard, solid decisions and then just do them and then move forward. And that's the goal of this series, is get that vault out. So, all right, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Peace.